Welcome to another Technique Thursday on the Piano Ninja Tricks podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Spector, and your piano ninja helping you become a piano ninja. I am going to be introducing you to the simplest, easiest piano ninja trick to help your playing become easier. It is something you can use for every single piece of music you play, maybe with the exception with something that's in C major and is only all white keys. And I'll get to that in a second, but a couple podcast updates. One is that you may have noticed I've decided to just release this once a week on Thursdays. For right now, I've dropped the Mindset Monday. It's just my schedule is so crazy right now. However, I will sometimes be helping you with mindset during the Thursday podcast episodes. And starting in December, the podcast will be only exclusively available on YouTube, not on your favorite podcast app for now. And you can find it at Lisa Spector YouTube channel. And look forward to your comments there as well. And the reason why is because I have really learned that you're going to get the best results when you're watching what I'm showing you, particularly something like today, that you can get the idea of it when you're listening, but it really helps to watch. So today I am talking about minimizing your movement based on where you place your thumbs on the keys. So if I were to be way back here with my thumbs way back on the white notes towards my body, I have more distance to cover when I get to the black notes. So if I'm way back here, and let's say I'm just going to use chromatic octaves as an example. Watch how much movement I have in my arms. It's almost impossible to go really fast because there's so much this kind of forward back motion, which is actually very unnatural motion. It could cause tension too. I want a very horizontal movement, and I want as little movement as possible because I may need to be doing quick, fast octaves as I'm going to demonstrate in this Chopin C minor nocturne. So these octaves, what I'm doing now is I'm placing my thumbs really close to the black notes when I'm playing whites, and I'm placing my thumbs really close to the white notes when I'm playing black. So if you're watching me right now, I'm positioning my fingers exactly where I would place my thumbs. Don't worry about your outer hand, whether you're playing 4 or 5 with your octaves, that will just follow. It's all about where you place your thumbs. So again, if I'm using a lot of vertical motion, my thumb is way back close to my body, and it's a ton of vertical motion. If I just want complete horizontal motion, which is much more natural, I'm going to place my thumbs right here. So I'm barely moving. And if I do both hands, it's just so much. It's physics. I have less distance to cover. So now I am working on relearning the Chopin C minor nocturne and Opus 48 number 1, big octave sections. And I'm going to demonstrate, first of all, how not to do it, this little section, which is not easy for me, but how not to do it. It's almost impossible for me to do it like that. It slows me down. It causes me to think. I just don't play like that. So now I'm going to do it when you're watching, and I'm moving very horizontally with my thumbs really close to the blacks when I'm playing whites and close to the whites when I'm playing blacks. I'm going to start at the beginning of that phrase, though. So you'll notice there's hardly any movement. That's how you play fast octaves. But the reality is it's not only octaves. It's how you play fast any chord, any it doesn't matter if you're playing white notes and black notes. You minimize your movement by moving horizontally, by keeping your thumbs as close to the blocks as possible. If you have a small hand, it makes it even more, you'll even have better advantage because you may have been struggling with, I can't reach that chord. Oftentimes you can reach it. Your hand is just placed in the wrong position. So you want to shorten the distance you're reaching. And men usually, people, pianists, but usually men will say to me, but Lisa, I can't, you know, then my other fingers will get stuck in between the keys. No, they won't. I studied with Earl Wild. I was very blessed and very fortunate to study with Earl Wild when I was at Juilliard. This man not only had the most amazing facility at the piano, but he may have had the fattest fingers I've ever seen in any pianist. And that's how he played. If you watch his videos, he's no longer with us, but if you watch his videos, he doesn't move. He was way up into the keys, into, you know, with his thumbs close to the blocks. So it's going to feel awkward at first. And as I tell my Piano Ninja Tricksters in the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club, it's only awkward the first 49 times. And then by the 50th time, you don't even think about it anymore and it's easy. So experiment with playing with your hand as close to the blocks when you're playing whites and as close to the whites when you're playing blacks. It makes everything just so much easier. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have found value in this. Please post a comment if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're listening on an app, reviews go a long way. Thank you so much. I'm Lisa Spector, your piano ninja, and it is back to the piano for me now. And even in this, my closing piece, the F minor Nocturne, you'll see it's not, there's no fast octaves, but I'm playing right in this range, really close to the blacks when I'm playing whites and vice versa.